See, I got my notification fast. That was amazing. I bet you that's what that was, too. That was straight up my notification that we went live, wasn't it? Where's my notification? Where's my notification? YouTube. Science Network is live. SciEnts Sunday, 12/19. Better late than never. Better late than pregnant. Don't forget, folks, you can get a hold of us now. Science, our actual live phone line is area code 419-701-4759. Feel free to give us a call. Shoot us a text. It's totally allowed. I'm pulling up chat right now.
And do not ask if we have 16-pound balls.
Just a 9-pound hammer.
Yeah.
Right. We ain't got no 16-pound balls, but we sure got some 9-pound hammer. Just ask UCG. Well, that's all right. I'd be okay with that.
Well, as a kid, I would call the bowling alley, ask them, did they have a 16-pound ball? And they'd say, well, sure. And I'd say, God, I'd hate to see your underwear. And laugh like hell.
That's a great place to start this. That's hilarious. So, yeah, I dropped out of chat because UCG was taking it to a dark place for me because I have a serious problem with folks that wear socks with sandals, especially light-colored socks with dark-colored sandals or dark-colored socks with light-colored sandals. The high contrast and the fact that, like, you're wearing socks and sandals is just really unappealing to me. That and little people, those are some of my. I don't have a whole lot.
I'm kind of with you on the little people.
Distasteful, but
I just want to say I love the couple of.
There went our one viewer.
There
it must have been a dwarf.
It's a midget. There go with the midget.
Yep, we had one viewer there, and I said something about little people, and it was gone. What the hell happened to your logo, UCG? You got like the one that's been circled squared.
I really don't know.
Oh.
Hey, wait, I do remember night I was messing around. I switched it. That's actually the original. You see the green circle on it? That's the original. I went back to that. Shit, I noticed that. I did not notice that. I will have to fix that. Yes, because UCG be burning the motherfuckers down. So I got to fix that.
Yeah, that was the second.
That's how observant I'm not.
Oh, yeah. I pay attention to every little detail.
And I was trying. I think I was messing around. The reason I did it was I was trying to make my logo for Discord or Twitch rather. And
are you on Twitch now?
I have an account so I can watch Pedro. The only thing I watch is Pedro and Dizzy. Yep.
What are they doing on Twitch? I didn't know they went to Twitch.
And they fucking banned his live streaming capabilities.
Oh, really?
For 9 days. Yep.
When was this?
About a month ago.
Jesus, I've been so busy the last freaking few weeks. I didn't even know. I know they banned Green Jeans this week.
They fucking banned hell. They terminated him.
Yeah, his is gone.
Yes, they terminated him. That's right. You know, he just won that appeal for something a couple of weeks ago, and apparently he pissed them off again. And so, you know, but I did see after that appeal and he won it, he did get up on IG a little bit, not knocking him, but he might have been a little too proud of it. And you know, here a week later, he's gone. Shout out to Green Diamonds. He let me know about it yesterday. I had no idea, and then when he mentioned it in chat, I was like, damn. So
I was just going through there and saw it on Instagram.
Yep, I went and seen the same thing, and it's he posted up a quick picture of the of his screen on YouTube, basically saying, "Get lost, you're terminated." He says, "Looks like it's over," and that's it. So that sucks, man. Look at all the fucking knowledge and the footage that's on there that was on that channel. I hope to God he's got it backed up somewhere other than I'm sure that he could get every video he ever put out back just from the public if he wanted it. But my God, that'd take a while. Unless somebody's out there has got a whole playlist, you know. I just feel like it's just a real blow. Not only does it piss the account holder off, and it's probably pretty much insulting.
Oh, they revoked his videos too. Like he can't even access his channel, because a lot of times they'll make everything private, but they won't.
If you search it doesn't. If you search it, it does not come up. It's gone.
Well, yeah, but
the only thing,
even if you get banned, you can usually get in through your own creator studio, and you still have access to your videos, because otherwise they could get sued.
It's gone. It's terminated. Wow. Yes. I went straight in and searched it, and the only thing that'll come up are videos with on Grow Mouse's page where he is mentioned. Yep, that's the only thing I could find. I searched it over and over and over, and it kept popping up those same couple of things.
Well, sometimes I don't know. I'll have to ask him on that, because sometimes you can. Nobody can like search it, but the creator can still have access. You know what I mean?
I figure it's done. Even calling on IG, he was like, "It says your account has been terminated," and he's like, "Looks like it's over," and then it goes to something else.
Damn, dude, it's a shame when a lot of the freaking like big channels are getting chopped. And
you know what?
Nobody's even sure why.
It put me right in mind of what you said a couple of weeks ago.
Haters.
Oddly enough, it seems like the bigger people with more fucking followers. Gene had a lot of followers and been on there for a long time and was quite popular. It seems like those are the ones that are getting zapped for little dumb shit, you know?
Well, I went to their PLC page and looked at some responses that Gene had on there, and apparently there's a conflict that somebody filed a complaint against him because of the name of the channel. So they're like a conflict. Like they were claiming
haters.
Right. So
I'm telling you,
now he's trying to put together all this stuff, showing all his history and all this stuff and how long he's been Green Gene, so that he can appeal it. But yeah, apparently there was somebody else that came after or filed a complaint because of the name infringement or some bullshit.
Greenpants.com.
Yeah, green. It was Green Jeans, but it was spelled
No, it was like
a pair of pants, like GEANS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
JEANS, like
really,
jeans, like you wear. Yep, like Levi. So weird. We'll see.
The same thing is happening to I seen on IG yesterday to buddy Karma Cannabis. The same thing is apparently someone is claiming that they had that name, and he even consents on IG. It says, "Damn, looks like the name is already taken." So he's going to have to rename a bunch of genetics. So I bet that's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, there's a Green Jeans Garden Supply since 1997.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking it up, but yeah, that looks like probably about the only thing that I could think somebody would like sue over, because it would have to be somebody in the industry. He's not going to get sued by like some pants manufacturer or freaking, the makers of Captain Kangaroo.
Well, it kind of goes just like with Rasta Jeff and the Grow From Your Heart podcast. Shout out to him and the podcast. But it used to be called the iGrow. It was the iGrow Culture podcast, and that turned out he got a letter from a lawyer saying he had to change his name because it turned out to be out in Iowa somewhere. It was the name of a college, a horticultural school. Yeah. It was called iGrow, and he had to change it. So he went in and, he grows from his heart. So he just changed it to Grow From Your Heart podcast. And it's one of the best ones out there, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. See, that's the thing, is it doesn't matter. Like if you've got some good content, if you've got good followers, if you've got good people around you, it doesn't matter where you go. Somebody's going to follow, somebody's going to watch, somebody's going to listen. It doesn't matter who.
It looks like there would be a database somewhere of, trademarked names to where I want to make this, and you can enter your selection. And,
there is.
And then they say, boom, this is taken, or no, that's not taken. You can do like
trademark searches and stuff.
Maybe Gene should have.
Yeah, I mean,
that's 2020.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, here, I'll put the, just in case anybody's interested in how that works, Here's the link, and I'm pretty sure you can get most of this online. I don't think there's anything you actually have to pay for or whatever, but there's the link for the United States Patent Office, and I believe that's their trademark search database, and you can go in there and search trademarks or design codes or patents or whatever.
You know, and just like back to the green jeans things, I mean, that's a popular term, if you will. Hey, look at green jeans. Hell, wasn't that the dude on
Captain Kangaroo?
Yeah, green
That's what I
jeans.
said.
Green
I don't
jeans.
think Mr. Green Jeans from Captain Kangaroo is going to sue him.
Yeah.
But some like freaking fertilizer company that had that idea already from that, you know what I mean? Or grow shop
I can remember
or whatever
watching
would
Captain
totally.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I guess if you remember Captain Kangaroo when you were 8, that pretty well puts you old.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we do fall in that class.
Oh, that means I'm old then, right?
Yeah, I said we, yep.
Is that what you're saying? I'm old?
Yep.
No,
Okay.
I said we are old.
I accept.
So
I accept.
SciEnts
Someone
with
teach
a S
Marduber
does
how to
not
ring.
exist in the trademark. There is SciEnt,
Awesome, we're
but not
covered.
SciEnts.
We need to hurry and trade.
Trademark that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
There's also
Yeah.
SciEnt Federal Credit Union.
No science.
Maybe we can get our money.
Trademark the science.
That's where we'll do our banking.
Or do it with a Z instead of an S. So it's like a.
No, I mean, no, SciEnts
Yeah, we're
with
good.
an S does not exist. I mean, the only things that are in that even category, there's only 7 things containing those letters, and none of them have it in that organization. So, yeah, you're gold. SciEnts is free. Now, somebody go fuck us so that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
our Marduber's even better because even without the Mister on it, Marduber doesn't exist at all, not even in any incarnation, and nobody can touch that. And I've been using that for so freaking long.
Pretty unique, I have to say.
Well, it was a joke. It was a joke in like junior high school.
No kidding.
It was just kind of a slang way we talked about joints. It was a Marduber. And because freaking I always rolled freaking fatties, I was, Mr. Marduber.
Yep.
Is every link I post 404 deck? Dude, it's not about me. Something about it doesn't allow me to link. I don't know what it is. You can post the same damn link in chat and it'll work. But if I type it for some reason, all my links are dead. Always. That's kind of a joke in the chat. I don't know why. I've never been able to discern what
you
the
got
hell's
no
going
clout.
on. But for some reason, when
Now,
I type a link,
see if mine works.
it comes up as dead, even if it's as simple as possible. Oh, I'm sure it will. Anybody can type a link that's not me and it will work. However, and you can simply copy and then paste them as well, but
Mine
you
says
can't actually
404
click my links. Does yours work? Anybody check?
I don't know.
Looks like it works to me.
Mike, is it
Oh,
working?
no, you just got 404 too. 404. Yep, yours is 404 too. Oh, but it does take you to the patent website. I mean, okay. So you get a 404, but the 404 takes you to the U.S. Patent Office, and then there's a click right there that says search patents database, search trademark database. So it doesn't leave you that lost. Come on, that's not Rickroll. That's just, come on, man. If you can't figure it out from there, that's your fault, not my fault.
So my link actually works, and yours still.
No, yours was a 404 too. 404. Yeah, that's what Mr. Mike says. But Mr. Mike, dude, click the link. It'll 404 you, but it'll 404 you to the patent office. So you're at least gonna get there somehow.
Yeah. I clicked it. It worked. It took me to the patent office. It said 404 error, but the links were still there. So
yeah, I mean, the page that you 404 to has those do you want patent? Do you want trademarks? So yeah, pretty much you're gold. I mean, hopefully that link should
too
be
much
there.
work.
If not,
too many links.
You can always do a Google search. I always laugh when people ask questions that are simple Google search thing. I'm like, come on, man, don't ask me a question that you could find the answer to on Google, and there's like, ask me something rare, something I'm actually going to have to work on. Lefty's quiet over there. He's probably knee deep in freaking scissors.
He's concentrating.
Oh, and Ghost is here. He just popped up out of the blue.
I am here. Yep.
I didn't even see you. Did you see I stole your photo?
I did. It was a good choice. I was actually going to suggest earlier that you guys use that one for science.
Yeah. I would also like to, while you're here, suggest that shoot me some raw data, and I will make you some prints.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
And then we can sell them.
That'd be dope.
Because I can probably make prints here cheaper than you can digitally out there.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, especially, I'm not certain I necessarily want to get that type of stuff printed out here. You know? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the wonder of digital media. If it's already digital, then you don't have to.
Yep.
Dropbox.
What do you mean? What's
Google
super
Drive,
trapping, Mike?
Yeah, Mischief Mike, I saw that, and what the hell was that? That was the first thing that caught my eye, and my missus said, Ms. Marduber was like, "Oh, I'm more concerned about that empty Chef Boyardee can." Anybody saw Mischief Mike's freaking like post on Instagram with this freaking like bud shot with over a can of Chef Boyardee raviolis or something, and then like in the background there's a freaking flashlight on the table.
And a beer bottle. Nice.
Yeah, Fudor's thought it was an artisanal clone shipper. Dude, that would be awesome. That's actually a good idea right there. Patent pending, Fudor. Nobody's going to freaking inspect that package.
No. Because a biohazard.
Don't touch it. Hey,
No,
Bingers
dude,
is
straight up,
here. Thanks for joining us, Bingers.
Oh, how does he not have a wrench? Let's get that man a wrench. He has a wrench on my channel, but I don't think he's been here before.
You're in charge. Examine the wrench. Mike. Oh, you killed me, brother.
Yeah, dude, that was
big shout out.
No, you don't want to make it functional, Mike. Jeez, no, it's not supposed to be functional. It's just supposed to look like a fleshlight, because then nobody's going to open that clone shipper. Like ever. Even if it had like a 2-piece disconnect, people aren't going to ask. People aren't going to want to know. People aren't going to freaking poke. They open that thing up, if that ever like or gets scanned or whatever, they're going to see that big rubber thing on the end and be like, no desire to see what's inside of there. Yes. Bingus, now you can fix shit. Because I can't post links. This is why I give everybody a wrench. If you want to know the real reason why I give everybody wrenches, is because I am unable to post links. They always come up dead. So feel free to post them for me. Makes it a little easier on me anyway. So what the hell? Where is Lefty? He's like sitting there quiet. I can't tell if he's muted. Is he muted?
Well, he's trimming on the
Yeah, I don't
feathers.
know.
He's asleep.
No, he's not muted.
He's just MIA. He's probably still in Discord talking to us all going, what the hell, why can't I hear you? Why can't they hear me?
He's not.
I don't know. We lost the lefters. Yeah, I don't. Oh, and there he's gone. Now we really lost him.
He left.
Yeah, he probably is relogging because he can hear us, but we can't hear him. We've had this issue before where we tried to do we did that transition from Discord to.
He doesn't appear to be down there in Discord.
Well, no, the deal is sometimes Discord will tie up your camera or microphone or whatever. You know what I mean? It ties up your resources when you're on your phone. And so you'll switch over to the Hangouts from Discord, but you're not actually there.
Okay, Basso?
Yep, he's back.
That happened to me last time.
Yep. So it's because Discord was using your microphone resource when you switched into the Hangout, so it wouldn't allow you to actually use it. It showed you sitting down there, but I'm like, well, man, he's awful quiet today. Usually, I mean, you know, sometimes you'll pause for a minute, and I knew you were trimming and whatnot, so I figured you were busy. But like, I was going, man, 20 minutes and he ain't said a goddamn word.
What are you trying to say? I'm a blabbermouth?
Well, no, but you were making me do all the talking. I was gonna go get a cup of coffee, and I was like, shit, we need Lefty and Ghost to have a chat about something, or Apprentice and Diamonds and UCG to tell a story or whatever.
Bingus,
So-
if you click on that link,
and
you
don't-
can join us in the live chat or on Google Hangouts.
Oh
Hey, Dingus,
no,
how are you, man?
Bingo.
Glad to have you around.
And the
Let
phone
me
now.
know if-
See, I'm trying to get that phone blown up. Y'all got to call the phone number.
Yeah, call the phone.
There's no prank call.
No, that's
No,
fine.
prank
They can
calls are
leave
good.
Prank calls.
That would,
That's
that would be
even
hilarious.
care.
I really wasn't. I wasn't serious.
Yeah. Oh, is this reverse? Are you reverse psychologying them? No prank
Yeah,
calls.
that's what it is.
Call the number. No prank calls.
Yeah,
Maybe you do not call that number.
we don't have anyone named John.
What the
We
hell?
don't
Don't
be in paper
call
cup.
us. We won't call you.
Piss and paper
Oh.
cup.
Oh, is that the
Get some
police
coffee
or
on
the-
board. I'm gonna roll a joint.
So let me know if it's too loud in here,
And-
guys. I'm in the garden.
That's way too loud in the garden.
Anything is better than the freaking ambulance at my place.
Man, I just realized something. I have set my flower schedule up inconveniently for this show.
Uh-oh.
My flower schedules, yeah, I run at nighttime, so my lights are off.
It's always. That's why I'm always like, let's be naughty. We're gonna go
My lights
inside and be
actually
naughty
just
because the
came
lights
on
are
at
off.
3, so.
Yeah, I got like 3 hours till they come back on.
And that ain't bad. Oh, and Lefty, I was at the first order yesterday during lights on, and it was phantasmagorious. It was beautiful.
Oh, excellent.
B-E-A
The chirps are too
beautiful.
loud.
You always kind of worry about not being able to have enough product event, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, right?
Oh, and I set up the. You're gonna love this. I'll show a video of it up here. I set up the automatic pump system. So here's an. I have to like show my phone on the screen because. Oh, did I shoot it in the wrong format? I think I flipped it over. Oh, I turned it over, but it got stuck in the wrong format. So it's like in this format anyway. So we got this set up. If y'all can see this, wonderful. I don't know, it's probably glary as hell, huh? All you can see is the freaking sunlight behind me. All you can see is my sunlights. So see that? So every 6 hours now, the dehumidifier reservoir has the littlest little giant in it, and it will kick over every 6 hours and empty the dehu reservoir into the feed reservoir. So tell me that's not sexy.
Actually, I
That's
like
dope,
that a
man.
lot. Very nice.
And we're actually this is my favorite part so far. We're actually in the reservoir that's in there. I started out with 20 gallons. We're now up to 22.
That's rad. I love that.
We're actually pulling more water out of the air than we are putting into the plants. Oh, all the links are dead, Bingus. All the links are dead.
No,
Bingus
I
says,
will.
sorry guys,
I
the
will
link does
give
not
him a
appear
good
to
link.
work. All of our links are dead, Bingus. Forever dead links. Welcome to the Science Network, where all of our links are broken and everything's made up and the points don't matter.
I love that show, man.
That's how I always feel on the show. It's like totally improv. We have no like, and I know you were kind of not complaining, but kind of nattering at me about getting it steered back towards some kind of concept. And that doesn't mean we can't have freeform shows, but like having topics and guests and stuff, that would be ideal to have like a regular scheduled program of like something going on.
Yes.
Though I really don't want to get into the habit of making it like a bunch of talking heads. I like it how it is, where we're all just interacting normally. So is it there? Yeah, we can always email it to Bingus. I will email Bingus some links right now and make him a sexy moderator.
All right. Now I've got some food in me. It's time to get fucking faded. Holy moly.
Oh, I might pop on my phone, actually. It is almost that point. I'll go roll up a doob, too. But let me Gmail up Bingus here real quick.
Right now, I've got a bowl packed of the Alien Rift.
Ninja fruit. Oh,
Alien
look at
Rift.
that. Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh, delicious.
Down on some Rift. And
I want the male. I want AAR male. Please, oh, pretty, please. We need a male. I need a boy. I'm super excited about taking it across that garlic. I think that's the freaking that's some magic right there.
we call it the Zesty Alien. The Zesty Alien.
No, it's Gargar Binks, dude.
Gargar Binks. I love that.
Dude, totally. The silly one that everybody freaking likes to clown on, but is still one of the most popular freaking characters from the entire original thing on like reboot.
Wow.
Just because he's such a he's kind of a stoner. I mean, think about it. He comes off kind of like it's very kind of racist, but he comes off as kind of a stereotypical Jamaican guy. I think that was what they were working for.
Dude, I got to go hunt down some rolling papers.
I don't have to hunt mine. I know right where mine are.
Is he gonna go? Are you gonna for real? Let's see if I can get Bingus this link out. And are you for real gonna actually roll a dude?
Yeah, dude.
I better hurry up. I'm gonna email Bingus a link.
Do it.
Get a cup of coffee. Jump on my phone.
I got a cup of coffee.
And then go out to the truck. And
I bet you
I'll race you then.
I bet you still will have roll a joint faster than me.
We'll get there. Well, I'll give everybody a head start. Go ahead, start your papers, and then I'll give
No. Hold on, I'll go get coffee first before I. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I'm down. I got the grinder. All right, Peter's grinder's a pussy. Yep, grinder.
You can't use that word. That's our word.
What word? The P word?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Unless you're grabbing him by it, you can't use it.
I thought I would change that up a little bit.
Grabbing him by the pussy?
It was just, well, no, that's, whoa.
That's totally allowed.
Let's not like get presidential or anything.
I will be right back on my phone. Go ahead and get presidential.
Say instead of saying, oh, that's pussy, because I think at the end of the day, we all knows that balls are a lot more sensitive than vaginas are. And
man, you ain't lying.
I think so.
I mean, come on.
You ain't lying.
Come on. I mean, send babies through those fuckers versus like if you just flick them and it's like, oh my God.
Imagine if they made tires out of them.
Right. I can find that shit all day long. But you flick me one time and I'm
never wear out.
A little girl. Right, exactly. Anyway. They never wear out, man. They're always good.
The beefcakes.
What are you giggling about? He just giggles. You just giggled. You didn't say nothing. Myself and go get coffee.
Are we on YouTube? I don't even see us on there, by the
way. Yeah, we're on. Absolutely.
Okay. Everybody's slow. Let's see here. All right. Are we just way down there or something?
Thanks for
joining us. Sour Diesel and Granddaddy Purple I sent you guys.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Who's hosting it?
Very well today, sir.
Great.
Thank you. Who was hosting? Marduber's actually hosting, but he stepped away to grab coffee.
Thank you. Thanks for the links, guys. I just want to say hello. I kind of in the middle of doing my gardening like everybody does on Sundays, I think. But good to see everybody together and some growers kind of grouping together, sharing stuff. That's great.
Yeah. Welcome.
That's what we are, bro. I'm glad you're here to enjoy it and share with us. I mean, your knowledge is oh my God. Yeah. We're glad you're here.
I'm just happy to grow. I mean, that's the main thing. And, we have another giveaway coming up on the Grandmaster Level show. I don't think this Friday, maybe the next Friday. but we're going to start giving away these HLG 550s to get everybody the type of light they need to produce the types of medicine they want. You know what I mean?
I'll be back, guys.
Oh, dude, those HLGs were killer. Thanks for joining us, Bingus. Sorry, I was walking out to the car here. I'm here twice now.
Yes, you are.
I'm trying to grind up 2 large nugs in my grinder at the moment, and it's not working very well. There we go. Got them.
I had to actually get the king size paper because I can't roll the little ones.
Me either, dude. My fingers are too fat.
That's mine, exactly. We bought those special just so I can hand roll, and then they came out like my girl calls them hog legs. But
I can roll anything from toothpick to toilet paper roll.
I'm telling you, it's monster stuff.
That's good. That's not a bad thing. Big fatties are cool.
Lefty, tell them about the one we had the other day.
Yes.
That was like a mini ninja one.
Yeah, it was a pretty fatty. I
think it made Homeboy stupid.
Yeah, I do too. I think he had to leave. We were smoking. I think that was the problem, to be honest with you. I think we kind of killed Ray, and I think we kind of killed Jeff.
Yeah.
Because they were fine. I mean, just going good, and then all of a sudden he's like, "I gotta go." I'm like, "Oh, okay, see you, dude." Oops.
Yeah, it was a big doobie.
Got a little carried away there.
And it was only like 4 guys smoking it, so it wasn't like it was.
Well, you didn't have to keep smoking. Whatever.
Oh, dude, yeah, we took that sucker. We took that sucker down to the stinger. Did we lose Bingus? Oh no, there he is. He's hiding down at the end.
So, Possomatic, how are you? Thank you, Mr. Mischief Mike in the chat room. Hello.
Oh, Mischief Mike's always lurking out there.
Fumador, how are you?
I love your voice, Bingus.
Thanks.
It reminds me of home.
I have to feed the little guy down here that operates the organ that makes everything work. But
oh yeah, we're all about freaking community. That's why we were shooting. I don't know, in that email you saw the Discord link too, right?
Yeah, we do the Discord. We use a program called Zoom for broadcasting the Hangout.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent.
Still learning. I mean, this is literally. I just had my 1-year anniversary of being on YouTube, and most of these guys are right behind me, or right where I'm at too. I know you've been around a little bit longer.
Yeah, actually, I started in April 2016, but I didn't really press the pedal down until April 2007.
Yeah, that was right about the same time I started pushing too. Was March of 2017.
Yeah. So yeah, YouTube, interesting place. I try to stick to the growing education side of things and veer away from the drama. There's plenty of that out there. I hope. I hope
that's an elegant way to put it.
There's quite a bit of Bingus haters out there, but they all need love too. I have nothing against anybody really. I'm just glad that you guys come together and we can share the plant. That's the whole deal, man. For me, getting everybody to grow. If everybody could grow,
and the knowledge about it. That's the thing. Is that we started out and there was just so many closed mouths. Nobody wanted to talk about their methods. Nobody wanted to talk about their secrets, or they would, and to a point. And then you'd come across an area, and then all of a sudden, mouths get shut.
Right.
And we're all about knowledge
jump in
and
right
like
quick.
learning. Shoot.
I want to jump in and say, hey, Bingus, Undercover Grower, and glad to have you. I'm a big fan. Glad to have you on here.
Dude, thank you for sporting my sticker. I appreciate it, brother.
You know it, man. It stays front and center.
Yeah, it's you have a nice little setup. Dude, I'm just glad people grow. I try not to get too persnickety about how people grow. It's just the fact that you are growing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not married to any one way or the other, because everybody has their own methodology, and most generally, if you've been growing for a bit, you have had some success, or you wouldn't keep doing it. You see.
Yep.
I'm surprised you haven't been on here before then, Bingus. Shit, that's exactly our motto, is that it doesn't really matter how. We got guys that do DWC or soil or cocoa or living organics or complete salts or, all different manner. And it doesn't really matter. I always ask people, what's important is your purpose and your desire and passion for cannabis, not your methodology.
Bingus, I want to say thank you right away, because that coming from someone who's been growing as long as you have, that means a lot to me. It really does.
Oh, thank you. No, I am the co-host of the Grandmaster Level show, and Grandmaster Level has a way of doing things because he has 6 pretty large commercial setups up there in Canada. But even he agrees that there's so many ways to do it. And if you come and you join and watch the show, it's pretty much that's what we try to do.
Do you have a car charger that came with your old phone?
Trying to
Who we got?
my ways.
Somebody needs to mute their mic.
Not me. I'm here by myself.
No, not you, Bingus. You're fine.
Yeah.
I just hear somebody's in a restaurant or something.
So,
Yeah, it's gone.
but people will get their panties in a bind about certain things. It's kind of fun. But I try not to go there. I was really an HPS guy, 100%, until just recently, when I got an opportunity to try an HLG 550 in it.
Well, I know GML was too. He was always with the bat wings, right up until they got that one HLG to test, and then all of a sudden the whole room flipped to HLGs. I saw that. Now he and I are actually like a stone's throw from each other originally. Like, I was born on the Big Island.
Oh.
And I was like, me and him got to talking one time, and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, we found out that we that's why I said I love your accent too, because it reminds me of home, that Pacific Northwest drawl.
Yeah, my mom's from Victoria, BC, so I kind of have a mix. My dad was from Nebraska, so it's kind of a weird mix stuff, Mischief Mike.
But you still say mom.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I got that was a prerequisite. You had to say that. The Mischief Mike. Do you think commercial growers can match the quality of small batch growers? Yeah, I think. If you watch what GML does, you have to specify. You have to stick to one strain, maybe 2, right? So that you can dial your rooms in at a larger level. If you're trying to grow a bunch of different varieties at a large level, it's difficult. And that's why I enjoy smaller grows, because you grow different varieties.
It's a lot of work, isn't it? Even with 4 different strains, it can be daunting.
Well, yeah. You have to,
especially
mix
when they all want something different to eat.
Exactly. Okay.
Herding cats.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. It's easy to screw up too. I mean, because I don't always. I get stoned. I get short-term memory loss, and like, did I water you Wednesday? You know what I mean? So I kind of have to keep notes.
Should I go by my
very reason?
I got a notebook.
That's one of the reasons I went to Flood and Drain. Couldn't remember what day I watered last.
Mm-hmm. Automation.
I only go off of the humidity in my tent. That's like how I know to water.
Yeah, yeah, you can sure do that.
That's a good one.
It must be nice to live in a humid environment that's at least stable and humid all the time.
Oh,
yeah. Because around here we get these spikes and crashes, and in Southern California, being in the kind of deserty community that we are, the humidity will go through the roof, and then it'll drop out forever, and then it'll go through, there's these huge spikes and crashes.
Yeah. Mischief Mike has another question. He says, it's hard to move the huge amount of the same strain since we can't leave the state. Yeah, I mean, the thing is if it's with GML, everybody mans the death level, so he doesn't have any trouble. And he says, I would imagine a dispensary would pay more for a variety dispensaries, they want to just pay the bottom price on anything. So they're not into paying more for anything.
Exactly. It's a business.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Death
And
Bubba?
that's the thing about commercial growing is that it too is a business, and so you have to walk that line about how much you're willing to put into your input and how much you're willing to sell it for. And that's the deal. The difference between commercial growing and hobby growing right there is that it all boils down to dollars and cents and how much is it worth. So there's different approaches to commercial growing than there is to hobby growing because it's all about that bottom line, really, both in quality and quantity and weight. And I mean, there's so many factors to take into account that you wouldn't take into account when you were hobby growing. You're just growing for your own, stash or your own buddies or neighbors, friends and family, patients, whatever. That's one thing. When you're filling out rooms, that's a whole nother concept. And you've got to, once you start having to sell it to dispensaries or distributors or whatever, then you got to start playing the business end of the game as well. And that's why you start looking to things like HLG or Jack's 321, or you start going, okay, so how can I make this the most efficient, best stuff that I can do with the, least cost so that I can get the best reward.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the thing is, like Mike,
excuse me, sorry.
Brand. If you're known for quality with a specific strain, it's almost automatic branding, and then the market will dictate to the dispensary, hey, we want this, we want that. Will the dispensary pay more for the brand? Generally not. They might charge you more for it because you think it's, popular. But yeah, GML doesn't have any trouble because he grows top strain.
When you can keep a specific strain coming to market regularly for several years, there will be a demand for it simply based on the fact that it's reliable and people can always get it.
True. But everybody, dude, the beauty of providing cannabis medicine is no matter where you're at, generally, if you just look around, there's somebody that needs the medication. And if you're growing top quality medication, they're going to naturally want it. And it doesn't take a lot of patience to, take a garden right, where it needs to be. So, but it's mainly about medicating, in my opinion. It's not about so much look, in Oregon, we're saturated. We're dealing with prices that I saw back in 1980, but to me, it's all right. I don't mind that actually, because I don't have people like the stuff that I provide. And then also it opens up the market for extracts. There's a lot of extracts in Oregon.
Well, because they've got the bulk to process. It's got to go somewhere, and it's not going to last forever as flour, and eventually it's got to be turned into something, or it's going to kind of just become less high-grade flour down the line.
Yeah, exactly. So it's quite an industry. I think in another couple of years, we'll probably see it legal on a federal level. And
I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of here's where we find out. I'm going to call this right now. Arizona is without a attorney general or U.S. attorney right now. There is no U.S. attorney. There is a first assistant U.S. attorney in the state of Arizona, but there is not even an interim U.S. attorney. So there is nobody to enact Sessions mandates in Arizona. Only a junior officer who is loth to take any forward action because they're not actually in a lead post. So Arizona is where we see what happens with the federal stance, because they're without a attorney general. They're a red state, and they have legal medical marijuana. And Sessions has stated that whoever gets appointed there, he wants them to nip that in the bud.
We'll see.
So we'll see. I hope it comes through, but we're going to really see here in a couple of months what kind of steps the federal government is willing to take. I know Lefty knows what I'm talking about. He's probably over there shaking his head, saying the same damn thing.
Yeah, I may, but I'm more of a realist with it. I look at it. The president wants to win at all costs, and last thing he's going to do is piss off the vast majority of the libertarians out there.
Yep.
You're
not going to alienate half the population.
I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense politically. So,
yep. Well, that's the thing is, if the U.S. Attorney's Office starts drawing lines in the sand, the president may disavow them. That's kind of what I've been thinking all along, was that one day Sessions is going to go so far that Trump is just like, no, sorry, you're alienating my people.
Plus, I mean, as weird as it is, you have kind of conservatives in there, with in quotes, and their theory is states' rights. That's kind of their thing, and it would be odd to see a bunch of people that are like, hey, we legalize this in our state, get out of here, Fed. That's kind of, it would be so against Sessions like core. At least I would think. Maybe, who knows, maybe he's just a douchebag.
If I wanted to win a second presidential election, I would legalize cannabis on a federal level, and I would definitely win for sure.
Oh, I agree with you. I think that he may even have that in his pocket to do, in order to kind of keep some of the left around,
No, that's an
Who knows?
He'll play it. He thinks like a business guy.
We will see.
Yeah.
American One's here. Did you get your package yet, American One? Or is it going to be Monday?
And the jobs that it'll create, jobs, he's going to be able to say, man, look, I just created 1 billion jobs. Not 1 billion, obviously, but, I just created 1 million new jobs.
Deductive reasoning kind of leads me in that direction. We'll see.
Yeah.
Dude, politics and me, fuck that.
We always seem to go there. I don't know why. It always comes around that block. But yeah, I am.
Well, as long as Mischief Mike's not on, it's not going to get weird.
He's in chat. He can jump in at any time. He knows where we're at.
It's all a circus to me. It's just kind of in the background.
No.
Hey,
I'll tell you why we
do. You guys heard about good old Pennsylvania recently?
Oh.
No. Oh, yeah.
Good old Pennsylvania has decided that they're just going to say fuck it, and they're moving forward with cannabis research despite the federal ban. They decided that you want to use some common sense and actually figure out what the fuck is up with cannabis, and basically just said fuck you to the federal government, and are doing it. So
awesome.
What kind of research?
Let's see here.
Whether it's a gateway drug.
Medical marijuana research.
Is medical research or it's agricultural?
Yeah, it's medical. Medical research.
Interesting.
I just coughed, and it literally snarfed the entire ash that was on my little ashtray here all over my keyboard. Shit.
You know what you need? I
know.
Science sucker, homie. That's what you need. So keep an eye out on our friggin' website for that. That's coming soon. I ain't telling nobody about it yet until we've got it launched, but there will be a
solution. Don't say.
You need science, sucker.
I've got a happy note on as far as that legalization thing. Last week, a local news station in the bigger city in my state did a 5-part series, and they were talking 3 of those nights. They talked with 2 of the senators or somebody way up, and one of them just point blank said within the next 5 years, you can about count on seeing legalization of cannabis in North Carolina. And they said it's not about bipartisanship or partisanship anymore. It's about the people. The people are demanding it, not just in our state, everywhere.
Shit, I wish they'd legalize it in that state.
Yeah, I'm with
For
you,
those
buddy.
people
It's
that live out there.
coming. It's coming. Just
with
be patient.
weirdos
I mean,
in North
nobody would have
Carolina.
thought we would have been where we are now 15 years ago, thinking that, like, you know, half the states would have some sort of medical or recreational law was absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't, at the time when I like picked up my charges, I couldn't imagine that. I remember I was at when I was 22 years old, I was at my very first probation or parole, whatever. The very first, like, where they let you out and they're like sit you down in a room full of dudes. And it was right after the Prop 215 had passed. And some dumbass con puts his hand up and says, "What the fuck, get a medical marijuana card? Then could I have marijuana?" And the freaking parole board's like, "No, because it violates federal law." And that was when it very first came out. And that was the attitude then, was like, oh, hell no. If you've got even any kind of black mark on your record, we're going to ban you from this just because we can.
Yeah.
And to come around completely to the point now where if a cop pulls you over and smells weed on you, it's kind of like a raised eyebrow, not an automatic, get the hell out of the car, we're searching this place, you know.
Oh, no, it's even better. It's like, oh, God, I don't even want to deal with that headache.
Yeah.
They're more scared of the medical patient than they are of writing the ticket. They're like, oh, God, you know, that person's going to take me to court and fuck with me and all that. Yeah, oh, yeah, and they will. So the cops are like
in
more,
California,
oh, God.
definitely with the legal atmosphere here and the medical atmosphere here, if you like flash that rec or that card when you're at the like traffic stop, it's like, have a nice day.
Yeah,
I'm not even looking. I know you got it, and I'm not trying.
Over it.
Yeah, as long as it's medicine. There's so much. Cannabis has been medicine for thousands of years before it became prohibited here in America. So I mean,
we talk about that often. How it's only been in the last 80 years or so that we've kind of gone from prohibition to repeal of prohibition.
But it's also I think it's
discussed that
it's our
before, the
influence
same
on the
kind of
rest
like
of the world.
liquor rush.
But it's like our influence on the rest of the world, though, too, because if it was legal in the United States, you better fucking believe it would be legal in Mexico, it would be legal in Canada. Well, I don't know about Canada, but I'm pretty fucking sure it would be legal in Canada. It would just be because it would be really, really competitive area all over Europe. Like, sweet, dude,
Well,
you know.
Here's part of the deal. No. Canada and Europe are only legislating now because, like you said, because the United States is. For years, they'd had a much more tolerant kind of policy anyway, where cannabis wasn't a huge thing as long as you weren't some kind of giant operation. That's the thing, is in Canada or Europe or whatever, if you smoke a little reefer or grew a couple plants in your yard, nobody would like haul you off to prison for that.
Yeah, but the amount of like influence that we had through our,
they never had
our foreign aid and
they
things
never
like
had
that.
their, like,
a lot of our
war on drugs.
Yeah,
the
they never
war
had
on
a task force coming in to like smash down all the pot farmers and.
No, but I'm saying kind of the opposite of that. I'm saying like because of our, and because of our anti-pot or wrapping pot up into things like all the other drugs, places like everywhere from Colombia all the way up through South America, etc. Yeah, well they would ban it too. And so my point is
to get foreign.
Well, yeah,
we're going to go politics here. This is cannabis and politics wrapped up. To get foreign aid, in order to get foreign aid, they asked these countries to straight up sign off that they were going to make any drugs that were illegal in the U.S. illegal there as well.
Wow.
And so that's how you get money from the United States. I've long been a proponent of why don't we cut off foreign aid and start using it for domestic aid.
Absolutely.
American One, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
You're such a good host. I'm always terrible about watching chat and who's in there. I get all wrapped up and talking to the
pop the chat out. You can pop it out.
Yeah, I do. I'm just bad at it. Oh, I do. If you saw my screen, I got chat popped out over here. I got Discord over here. I'm even on my laptop at the coffee shop.
It's the. I only have one cup of coffee in the morning.
Just one this size.
Coffee makes me poop.
I just have one. I have one cup. Well, I guess one coffee pot. So whatever is it? Probably about 32 ounces.
Yeah, like 1 quart. I only have 1 quart of coffee. This is one of my favorite arguments of all time. So, y'all are familiar with the French philosopher and poet Voltaire?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So,
Yeah, of course.
Voltaire drank 80 cups of coffee a day and lived till he was
my
like
God.
76 years old. And this was in the 17th to 18th century.
Oh,
He
dude,
died in
he's so
like
busy. He's so busy. He
1795.
didn't have time to die. He didn't have time to die. He was
Awesome.
Can you imagine, like, living to be almost 80 years old in like the 1700s? How like amazing that would be.
Mischief
Dude
Mike
was ancient,
says,
and that
imagine.
was his secret: 80 cups of coffee a day.
Right on. Mischief Mike, imagine if the federal government stopped giving money to any legal state. Well, really, they wouldn't have to because the state makes so damn much money off the taxes of cannabis. They don't need the federal money. I think that's what the feds are afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
They
Less dependence and more ability to, like, what were we talking about the other day? The Operation Pothole. You know, you take all the pot and fill all the freaking potholes.
Here's my theory behind it. I'll be honest. Like, politics is weird in the way that they like bring things about. Because I spent the last 9 years of my life working in an industry that is not approved. It wasn't necessarily not approved. I can basically tell you, I worked in the birthing center industry. But at the end of the day, it's essentially midwives are not looked at as equals, even though the state says they're equal. So I've spent the last time fighting this cause of trying to be equal and getting paid equally, etc. But the point I'm trying to get at is same thing with cannabis. It's going to take the right people to get involved in it, which is fortunate and unfortunate, because in order to make it legal, it's going to have to, all the big industries are going to have to get their hand in the game, and they're going to have to do their thing, because the lobbyists are going to have to essentially get in there and say, okay, guys,
if you want a fair market, you have to have an open market, which means you're going to end up with a supermarket, and that's just the way it is. It doesn't mean that some little guy in the corner can't still sell freaking peaches and pears, and some little computer shop can't make a living just because Best Buy exists. But if you have a fair market, you have an open market. When you have an open market, you end up with a supermarket, and that's just the way it fucking works.
Yeah.
That's economics right there, 101.
If you want...
Dingus, I see you got your hand up.
Jesus Christ, dude. If you want to get something passed on a huge level, it has to be normalized. Okay, it has to become norm. Right now, that's why, in my humble opinion, you crack down on a lot of the cannabis channels on YouTube, because they want it's going to be YouTube TV. They want the big ABC, NBC. They want the big money. They want to normalize the advertising platform to get ready, I think, for the federalization of cannabis. But it has to be normalized. And if you're in, and I have nothing against this, because I take dabs 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times a day, and I only do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, I'm not against dabbing, but it gives
You're a really bad person.
It gives that impression, you see, where it's more of a drug, and you're, I mean, that can't be good, right? If you're
it's fine to enjoy, but we've always kind of been careful from day one on our channel.
No doubt
and I
about
think
it.
that's part of why we've had kind of slower success than some of the other channels. Like we've been growing slower, but more steady, and no problems and no strikes and no haters. You know what I mean? We've managed to stay out of all the ick, but we don't make a big thing out of. I mean, we'll smoke a joint or pass it around, or everybody says they're rolling up or whatever. But you'll notice that most of the guys on the panel here are logos, not heads. I'm just the only one that gets to regularly every time. I mean, not saying Lefty or Ghost or Diamonds or UCG or Apprentice doesn't never put their cameras on, but they don't have to. I take the fall on that, and we try not to promote real heavy chiefing and smoking and dabbing. I mean, I do occasionally. I've done dabs live a few times.
I like to smoke a lot.
Lefty does dabs all the time, but you don't film it
But I agree with you, being it's 100% as far as normalizing everything. It's going to be really hard to get little Miss Bumpkin in Alabama to say, "Oh my God, that boy's smoking crack over there." It's going to be odd, but I think at the end of the day, even when a long time ago, it's gonna show some weird stuff. Even when California came out to play at Alabama in that football game and had all the black kids on the football team essentially that just kicked the crap out of all the white boys. That's going to happen essentially with cannabis. I think eventually where people are just going to be like, we need it. Kind of like UCG was saying, this is going to happen, because people want it. People want this kind of availability to medicate themselves or to just to relax in the weekend without having to destroy their bodies or get addicted to shit.
It's a slow drip, unfortunately. It's
Yeah, it was interesting hearing you say that, Bingus, because Lefty and I and the whole panel, we've often had the discussion that like our primary goal is to normalize cannabis and show that like normal people that aren't some sort of dab smoking maniacs are growers and smokers, and we enjoy it, and we also are intellectual and can talk about like deeper subjects than just, dude, that was a huge dab. Did you see that huge dab? I'm gonna take a half-gram dab right now. I mean, I hate to say it, but like everybody knows Jolioli, right? And it always blows my mind. Me and Ms. Marduber will be watching that occasionally. I'll pop a Jolioli video up, and she's just like, how in the hell does this guy have that many? Like, that's just stupid.
Because he was original. He was original.
No,
but it's sophomoric, and it appeals to sophomoric types. I have almost 0 followers in the like under 21 crowd on YouTube. You know why? We don't appeal to them. We're too old. We're too beardy. We're too oddly millennial specific to appeal to any of the younger crowd.
I like the weirdness.
And I'm okay with that. You can keep your 20-somethings, and we'll move forward without them.
Whatever, guys. I just use cannabis. You haven't tried it, try it.
Well, I find a lot of that, like you said, the drama comes from a lot of the, I hate to say it, from a lot of the kids watching videos, that are real hateful and I hate to say it, immature, and we've talked about this before, immature people shouldn't be using cannabis.
No.
When I see people that are, between 18 and 25 getting real heavy into weed, I go, you probably should, not. I'm not saying not ever, but like not now.
Look, there's a lot of imbalance in the world, period. Cannabis is a balancing catalyst that can assist there, but sometimes people don't use it for that. They use it to normalize or come down off of more severe
self-medicating like alcohol or narcotics or anything else. People just want to make themselves feel better.
Yep. It's an escape. Dude, I've said this a million times. It's only natural to seek some form of escape in an unnatural world.
Yep.
And there's nothing natural about the world we're living in, guys, in my humble opinion, anyway. Pretty weird.
Amen to that, man.
Yeah.
I actually think Wiz Khalifa says it the best. We'll get a little bit weird on the rappers here. He says, I don't smoke weed to escape reality. I smoke weed to enhance reality.
Good one.
In reality, that's right. I mean, I like reality. I think it's fun, but dang, man. Have you ever done reality on weed?
Yeah. Straight up. Some half-baked shit right there. I knew that was coming.
Some people say that it increases consciousness, and I disagree. I think that the consciousness grid is the thing that we're all attached to. It increases the awareness of that connection that we all have to the consciousness grid. And it makes you more appreciative and more at one with it, more balanced, basically, in my opinion.
I think, but I also think that you get that way, because I know you can get kind of, as I watch your videos, to be honest with you, a lot, you can get really, at one with it. Smoking your own plant is unreal. I mean, growing something, watching it grow, being at one with your plant, and then smoking it, I know that kind of sounds probably weird at the same time, is an incredible
but it's a truth.
Are you getting metaphysical there, Lefty? That's absolutely fine. You know how I feel about that.
I want to throw out a crazy thing, but I venture to say that growing something and having to take care of it makes you a better person.
Oh, whoa, I like it.
Absolutely.
That's partly why I prefer to hang out with parents rather than people who are not parents, because I think people who've raised children have like a better view on the world than
I hate kids, so I do not.
Yeah, I know.
think you are
There are
absolutely
exceptions,
right on
and
that,
Ghost,
Mark
you're
Dewar.
totally allowed to not have children if you so wish. But
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm saying?
just-
In
I
my
like those
Some
opinion,
people,
We probably
some
shouldn't
people
have
that
them then.
have kids shouldn't have had them.
Yeah.
these guys. That's yeah. Sorry, Bingus. That's where it gets. I hate to say it, but this is one of those shows that like always ends up going to politics and dick jokes eventually. By the end of the show.
There haven't been any dick jokes yet, so
Let's not go
Well,
there.
that's because we have stuff to talk about.
Mischief Mike's not here.
Mike's in chat. Mike's in chat.
Mischief, I was going to just say that Mischief Mike hasn't been in.
Oh, different strokes for different folks, I always say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stroke for different folks.
Exactly. Especially for Mike. He's got some different strokes.
I
Yeah,
like
but
some questions that he's saying. I mean, I like to deal with reality. It's not many people seem to want to be accountable and responsible to reality.
Yeah.
It's certainly real.
Yeah.
I always say
I think
reality
that's
is just
kind of
what we
where
agree on.
Well, it is. It is just our what we agree it is. Like it
We've
may
talked
not
about
be real.
My schizo
I'm pretty
cousin
sure
before.
it's a
For him,
fucking-
reality is completely different than what it is for
Pretty
me.
sure reality is just a hologram or like some simulation. But that's subjective.
Yeah.
Very much.
It's what we live in.
That's the point. So reality is subjective, and it is up to us to make our own realities and to agree together. And that's kind of what we've been doing to help normalize cannabis, is the fact that we all banded together and showed folks that you don't have to be a long-haired weirdo, even though my hair's getting kind of long, my beard's getting kind of long, to enjoy cannabis and to participate in growing it and extracting it and smoking it and everything, or not, like Doobie, who doesn't even smoke.
No, yeah, I have taken. I have. I've taken mushrooms, DMT, LSD when I was younger. I prefer cannabis. Yeah, DMT will open your whole broad that you.
I had a pretty intense experience on salvia one time. I used to do
Somebody needs to
psychedelics when I was a
mute
kid
it.
too. But who's loud? They're muted now.
It was apprentice, I think.
Whoever's hosting, just mute everybody until you find the credits.
Oh yeah. Well, I was a minute ago. I was away, and like I said, we're kind of new to this. We're working it out. Our shows are always kind of freeform. It happens.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't mute everybody as I probably should.
Yeah, the professionalism is a little lost on us, but
Well, we're working on that.
have you tried Bingus, have you tried any of the Death Bubba before, by chance?
No.
I want to get my hands on some of that. Man. I was kind of thinking you would be able to give us a little bit of a
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. Nice.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So is there, I didn't know that about, and hopefully that's not a bad thing, but so does he operate multiple legal grow ops?
Yes.
I thought it was just the one.
6 pretty healthy, large commercial grows. They're managed by 6, I think, I'm not sure how many people, but different people. That's why it's always having issues with people.
Yeah, I hear him say that every once in a while.
The human issue.
Do it. Well, to get people to be accountable and responsible. That's why GML and I get along really well, is because we both have that philosophy that be accountable, be responsible. You make a mistake, don't hide it. That's how you going to learn. Say, I mean, everybody screws up, especially in growing cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I just had a horrible turnout myself.
Yeah. I just dumped a plant yesterday. I just looked at it and went, boy, I really screwed up. I apologize. I really had to apologize to the plant because I just did such a shitty job on that particular girl. So to reward her, I just killed her.
Mischief Mike says Biggest Your Mike has more professionalism than this entire show does. Mike said that Bingus's mic has more professionalism. Yeah, we need to. We're working on that. Lefty and I are working on having a better setup with like better mics. And
yeah,
it's coming.
It's coming.
So
we're gonna have a nice setup here, in about a month or so.
It's it does help. It does help. Oh, man, one time
I was gonna say something to you.
What's that?
I was just going to tell you something, and I just botched it there because of the talk about how professional we are. Oh yeah, I was going to say I don't even think we deserve the professionalism that you bring here because we are really all over the place usually.
I just want to say hi, guys. I have some stuff I'm going to break off and do here, but
yeah, cool.
Appreciate it. I mean,
great to have you, though, man. Great to have you. It's a huge honor for our channel.
No, man, it's my honor to talk to other people that are, like-minded. Keep in mind, we're going to be giving more of those lights away, so stay tuned to the Grandmaster Level Show.
Dude, I dropped comments in the appropriate video, and I told everybody about it.
Excellent.
Do you remember that message, right, Lefty? I DM'd you about that one. I was like, dude, he's giving away two of them.
I am about to be building out 3 rooms that are about 12 by 12. And if they want to sponsor one of the rooms, that would be awesome.
Here's people, I get that question a lot. How do I explain it? You have to show your analytics. And you have to be able to have X number of views because it goes to the accountants at that point. It has nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're getting, say 200 to 2,000 views per video. Mm-hmm. Here's the other thing is, if you are, then yeah, just get a hold of HLG directly, and they will do your analytics and do the appropriate thing because they're into that. But
cool.
It's like you have to qualify, and it's a pain in the ass, dude. I've been doing this quite some time, and fortunately ran Grandmaster Level, and now I can have a discount code. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of embarrassing, but it does help a little bit. And it also
it's good. It's great.
So it's not impossible. That's what I'm saying. It's just that's how it kind of works. Nobody really tells you how it works. You got to qualify. You know what I mean? And nowadays these guys, what they'll do is say, "Let me see your analytics." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Let me look under your dress. Nah, I don't think so. Well, when you're comfortable with that, let me know. You see what I mean?
Oh, I've been always super open about my analytics. That's one of the things. I actually was able to be monetized pretty much right out of the gate, and so I did a study on it just to see how it works. And it doesn't. I looked at it, and it takes a lot of effort to make very little money from ads on YouTube, especially if your channel is cannabis related.
Yeah.
Unless you have some sort of sponsoring company like Nextlight or HLG or somebody that's willing, or Triminator or somebody. And like you said, yeah.
And dude, you don't make shit. I'll be honest. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In 6 months, I made $4.20 exactly.
Yeah. It's like woohoo!
Exactly to the
I
penny.
won't quit my day job.
Yeah.
So
I've never got into this for the money, despite what you may hear. All right. I don't even monetize my channel. If you come to a live stream, to me, it's pointless. And if I do get something here and there, it's minimal. And it's mainly about the plant, guys. I can't emphasize that enough. And the more we can work together, the better. And I just thank you very much for allowing me to.
It's all about networking and sharing knowledge, man. That's what we're all about, and bringing folks in and letting them know that there are resources here for us. You just have to know where to look and who to ask and whatever, and who's friendly and who's just looking to sell you something. because there's plenty of that out there.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon, huh?
Take care, Bingus. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one, Bingus.
I think he's out. And now we
I
got
think you may
Mischief
have
Mike
pissed him off a little
terrorizing us.
bit.
Huh? What?
I think you may have irritated him a little bit.
I did?
Yeah, you kept speaking over him, and I think it was frustrating him.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, that's me.
That's how we are.
I don't think you
We
can
all
see.
do that.
Well,
No, I was
welcome to
just
the
gonna let
show.
He may write you back and say something about you. You say you. Wow, I can't even speak.
He's got my email now.
Blue. Yeah,
I emailed him.
I was watching him. I was like, oh god, he looks frustrated.
In the scheme of things, it's all okay. It doesn't matter.
Oh, we'll live.
That's exactly right.
That was cool as hell to have him.
It was
It was
neat
fun.
to have him in there. At least it's somebody that's kind of way out there.
If he'll come back.
You know, big time. Either way, even if he doesn't, he was here. You know, we got some input from him. That was cool.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
But
that number
sooner or
was
later,
interesting.
I'll have a mute to Peter's mic, and I'll just mute his mic. I'll be like, quiet, Peter. Let the guests finish this topic.
I think you can do that now.
Can I?
Yeah, I think you just click on my picture.
Test.
Yeah, that was just me. That doesn't work.
Oh, I can mute you, but you can't mute me. See, this is why somebody else needs to.
Yeah, but when I'm in person with you, I'll
They
be
can
like,
shut me up.
beep. It's not a big deal. I think that you were right as he was leaving there. He was just trying to say something, and you had jumped in and started talking over him.
No. Well. SOCKS, as we always say.
Yep.
It was cool to have Bingus. He's had much respect. Cheers, everyone. I think he was all right. Oh, Mischief Mike knew Bingus was coming on today and didn't want his personality to overpower him. That's pretty funny shit. Yeah.
Start talking about
He'll
the
be-
man and then
he'll
you
be-
just bail out.
He'll be back, I'm sure.
That's the problem. Is like
Well, that was-
wieners would get talked about or something weird, and they're like, "Oh, mischief, no wieners."
No, we could have all the wieners we want.
Although I can't seem to find is Science Channel broadcasted on something different than I can't find this on
it's
YouTube.
not on.
Am I
It's
like
not on.
subscribed?
It's not on my channel.
Oh, I'm a loser. I'm being subscribed to our own channel.
You're not even subscribed to our own channel, and you once you subscribe to it, then I can give you host status, and then you can host as Science Network, and you don't have to host as Lefty.
What is it called?
Science Network. Do we need to put the link up, Apprentice, for Christ's sake? Jeez, you're in the channel. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Apparently, Lefty's not been watching chat. He is not even subscribed to the channel.
No,
And,
I'm losing it over here.
Great freaking leader.
I thought it was
I
always thought it was always on your channel. That's why I'm like, where the hell is this thing?
We made we made this channel so that we could pass it around like a duty, so that we didn't have to rely on me hosting every time.
Got it.
That way, especially because remember Sundays and we were talking about this on the way down the hill. Sundays and my internet and me being down the hill with the kids and blah 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 blah. You know. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to change that in the coming months. But in the meantime, Sundays are still kind of tricky for me with the family.
Don't you laugh, Mischief Mike.
I gotta go somewhere to use my interwebs.
My interwebs.
You guys might want to rethink the management over there. Over where? Is there management somewhere? I wasn't aware. We hadn't had that meeting yet. That's funny shit. But I'm sure Bingus will be back. Like he was saying, we both kind of started around the same time, and he had more time, I think, to dedicate to his YouTube personality and life and watching shows, and that's how he ended up being GML's co-host.
I'll tell you how that happened.
And that takes you everywhere.
When they knocked GML down, banned him from streaming, He started that other channel. Bingus was one of the very first ones that promoted it and made a video, an edited video.
I remember that video, and yeah, that was kind of how I got my
GML
mod
really,
status
really,
on freaking on Dago's
he
channel.
really appreciated that. GML appreciated the hell out of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember that video. That was hilarious. The
I already
extract
posted
video,
it
and then
like
Bingus
right off
made
the bat, but
that's funny shit. But yeah, like he said, it's all about numbers. That was really interesting to hear that kind of number thrown out there, what they want to see. So really,
What was the number?
1,000 views per video, huh?
yeah, I would say that's cool. I don't disagree with that. I was just kind of curious if they wanted to see something more in a smaller grow as opposed to a huge commercial. But that's cool.
Well, they do. I mean, look at medical resin. It's obviously not all just
But
about.
he won a contest.
For the first one, no, I thought he got sponsored by them in some form.
No, I think he won a contest by them for the HLG 65, I believe, and then bought one himself, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
guys,
see here.
one more Blue Dream, and they'll all be transplanted into 4L.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I gotta go do some pot moving today. I was in checking on my girls this morning, and I seen one of the ninja fruit, that giant one that I showed y'all a couple weeks ago, starting to flower.
Nice.
Ooh.
Just because,
Just because 24 plants in 2 days.
Jesus.
We
Oh
did
my God.
21
I
red
still got
changes
10
this
cuts to take here in the next hour.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and take some cuts tonight as well.
I think my
What
cuts
did you
might
say,
have to wait.
Green Diamond?
We did 21 res changes today in 4 hours.
Oh my God, I would shoot myself.
I'm with you, bro. Hard
Didn't y'all
work
know?
pays off.
Ain't it the Sabbath? Aren't y'all supposed to be taking it easy? Hell.
That's every
Jesus
Sunday. We do that
Christ,
every
gentlemen.
Sunday.
I still got the fucking whelp bloods going.
Every Sunday.
Oh shit.
Six. Now I don't want to do
Found one
that.
more plant that needs to.
Well, I got that many plants. I mean, come on. Every one of them's got their own res. So it's
Yeah, I know. That's gnarly. Oh, that's crazy though.
Oh, hell yeah. Dub
But it
T. Roy
grows
says he
big
got the
ass
Vader
motherfuckers.
Vintage up and running, dude. Ooh-wee.
Did you see the root pictures that we posted in Discord today?
Yeah, dude, those are fucking unreal. Shit.
I actually made a
That takes like new
one of
term
those
for
little
root bound.
Instagram things for it. Like I made for the science thing.
3 plants that are just like that. They're all in 3.5. They'll lose to 5.
Wow.
I think you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. We're working through it.
Somebody mute their mic, please. Whoever it is. A lot of background noise.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll
Is that
get
you?
you all. No, it's not me. It was Apprentice. He's got TV or something going on back there.
I think he's got fam with him. It sounds like it's
He got
like
the fam.
his little one or his wife.
So
or somebody
Fumidor's
with
asking
him.
what we think about biostimulants. So, have you guys used any of the I'm not sure exactly what you mean by biostimulants, because the products that he lists, Bloom Chaos from Nectar of the Gods, Green Sensation from Playgron, Bud XL from H&G, Magic, Voodoo Bullshit, what? I'm not sure what's a biostimulant. What is?
Do you mean like a blooming agent?
Yeah, I'm
So,
not
like,
sure
there's-
what he's.
Because there's usually like
Humidor,
a,
please elaborate on what you mean by biostimulant. Is none of those products I am terribly familiar with, but I will go do some Google fooing in the meantime.
You could probably consider Boost as a biostimulant.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Anything that's going to be in your bloom or anything that's going to be your boost products, I would assume is kind of what he's getting at.
So it could be microbes. It could be compounds or substances.
Lefty.
Yeah.
You want to see something cool?
Yeah. Let me get back on there real
Whip
quick.
it out.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
I think I almost saw you there for a second. Oh, that was almost you.
Did.
Yeah,
my brother,
he does
Trip.
that occasionally. You should put
That's
your
my
thumb
brother,
over the
Trip.
camera.
Can you see the fucking plants yet or not?
Now we see the ceiling.
I just see a fan.
Yeah.
There you go. That's plants. That's plants.
Oh,
That's
ceiling.
the purple pie.
Oh, dude's face. Almost a dude's
From it.
face.
Oh,
Ooh, dudes with glasses. Almost got the dude with glasses.
There we go.
There it is.
that's the purple pie. Look how fucking bushy.
Damn. A lot
Here's
of
old
singles.
gnarly.
Green.
Is that the one that had that weird
Let's see, what's
re-veg?
with the leaves?
That's all 4 of them did. Here's the gnarly 9-pound.
Some knuckles on that sumbitch.
Look, and it's just that one. The rest of them aren't quite that knuckly. But yeah, I'm really
It's
looking
probably got some
forward
OG in it. Iron hammer.
So, yeah, that's the one Malibu that's left. See all the white hair on it? That fucking plant's still alive, guys. Most definitely.
Ooh, you know what I was just thinking, dude? We should get that 9-pound hammer. It's got Hell's OG in it.
It's a bad motherfucker. I'll send you a cut if you want it. I've got to send Apprentice. I've got him one rooted. I can get you one.
I've got 9-pound beans that I can pop too if we want some to compare.
Ooh. All around. What we were trying to figure out was like Dube and I were kind of laughing about making some crosses. It was the Hell's cross with something else. What the fuck was it? Jeez. Don't smoke weed, children. It's really bad for your memory.
How am I in here? That's so weird. I'm in chat as Mr. Marduber now, and apparently I'm not a mod as Mr. Marduber because I've never been in chat on this channel as Mr. Marduber, and I don't think anybody else can make me a mod, and I'm not on site.
That's what I'm saying. I can't even find it. I can't even find the channel. Can somebody? What's the channel name? Science channel.
Science Network. But you may have to like tell it you're actually looking for that because it'll say, "Did you mean Science Network?" But I'll give you the link right now.
These are all purple.
I'll put the link in Discord so that you can get it and it's not dead. In the Discord general chat now.
What's the picture of, you know?
Of the science logo, the Rick smoking a joint.
Oh yeah.
Okay. See it?
No.
I put the link in Discord, so you can just click clack.
But I want to. Yeah, let me find it.
Doobie put a link up too.
Fuck off. Thanks, Doobie. You're the man. Thanks, Duber. You're the man too.
Yeah. So anybody who wants
longer that hammer got?
That's right. Here we go.
How much longer on the hammer?
Yeah, how much longer on the hammer?
What do you say that was at day 46? So like another 2 weeks?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, how long before the hammer's done?
I started flushing. Actually, today is day 45. I started flushing it this morning.
Okay, cool.
See, no short-term memory loss here. The Duber's got it on point. All upstairs.
So, unless it gets ready, I'm going to start scoping it sometime this week as well. And it's all about the trichomes for me, guys. Fuck the number.
So,
yeah,
if the trach
tell me it's ready, I will take it.
Homie, text us. That number I put in chat, 419-701-4759. You can text or call that number and leave a message. Ask any questions you like. Text us anything. I will respond to you. We'll get back to you before the next show. You don't have to wait till tomorrow or next Sunday or whatever. I won't let you text that number. Apprentice says?
No, it's because it's a Google number. I don't think you can text one.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, you can. Never mind.
I texted it.
Yeah.
I want your honest opinion, guys. I've got one plant. To me, looks like it's a bit yellowy. Might need some CalMag in the midst of my veg. Y'all tell me what you think. I think the more I look at it, the more it makes me think that. But then when I come back and look at it later, it looks like it blends in. But hold on. Boink. All right, which one? This one right here. Does that look? I mean, is it? Let me get close.
Is it in flower? Is it in flower now? That's your flower,
No,
right?
It's still very early in veg.
Okay.
This is in the veg tent.
Is it just on a new growth? It's really yellow.
Yeah,
It's
really yellow.
it's I don't know. It was popped on the 25th of January.
Yeah, but is it yellowing on the tips? It looks like it on the
Oh,
video.
no,
It looks like it.
Not in the tips. It's not. It's
It looks like kind of
I
lime.
honestly think I think it's just the rooting yellow. You know what I mean? That lime.
Yeah.
Or like the centers, like the center, like this one. See how it's lime in the center?
It's just the fast growth. The young growth kind of comes out lime like that.
I'm kind of thinking that's what it is. It's just the more I look at it, it fucks me up. So I'm gonna quit looking at it. I mean, they all get 10 milliliters of CalMag to a gallon already, and they all are fine.
You can lock out things like iron with too much CalMag. You might actually, at 10 milliliters a gallon, you might want to take it back. I only go about 2 milliliters a gallon.
Well, I mean, it's
on the ones that I have that need it, I give them 5. That's as high as I get.
I should say 10 milliliters to a reservoir. Sorry.
Oh, okay. 10 gallons?
Yeah, not a gallon. Not a gallon. Sorry.
Like 5 gallons or 10 gallons or what?
I'm a 20-gallon res.
So you're like half a milliliter a gallon.
Half a milliliter.
Yeah, so you might want to kick that up a notch. If it's 10 milliliters to a res, you might want to go to 20. I find a constant feed of around 1 to 2 milliliters a gallon does just fine, unless you see somebody with like whack issues, and then like Green Diamonds was saying. But that's DW.
I've been using it.
That's gonna be a little different
level for like forever, and the rest of them, I mean, they do fine. You see it; they don't look bad. But it may just be that's Banana Jack. One right beside of it is as well. Those are starting to really turn into looking. I think they're going to make nice looking female big boobs and the whole 9 yards. Legs like we like.
Big boobs, long legs.
Yep.
Good looking ladies. That's funny.
It's funny.
This is Apprentice's cut of 9-pound hammer, and these are all clones of the
like crazy all day.
Purple Pie. Another 9-pound hammer coming and waiting. Tahoe Fire, Blood Red Brisker, Blue City Diesel, and another locomotion in the back, and number 11 Malibu Pie, and another locomotion.
See, I got to get into mine if we're going to do some transplanting, so mine look like all spread out and happy like that, because I'm kind of jungly.
These two, I wish would hurry and get the fuck on out of here. That's that Master Kush. For some reason, dudes, that shit has turned on. I mean, it looks great, but that plant does not smell like it used to. Neither one of those. It just does not smell like I remember. It does not. It's not pleasant. It's not a good. You smell it. It's strong, but you're not like It's like ooh.
I kind of like the ooh ones though. Those are my favorite. Some of my favorite freaking strains. The ones that are like
not a good
smell like feet or meat.
It's not a good ooh at all.
What strain is it?
It's not a good ooh. Master Kush. It's not sweet anymore, guys. The smell was different 2 times ago. Yeah. The last one went wonky, and these two aren't wonky, but they smell like the wonky one.
When you go wonky like that you get that epigenetic drift, and sometimes that's why we salvage some plants from the first order location, and we're gonna like rehab those up at the remnants of the TIE Fighter, the one wing that's still spinning through space.
Fucking hair.
Left you really worried about the like epigenetic drift on those. I go, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We won't know till we like salvage them and throw them out. They might work great. They might not. It all depends on the genetics of the plant in the first place and what kind of stress, you know, they lived through. Though I will tell you now, Lefty, they're all happy and praying and yeah.
I just with all the shit out there, man. I mean, like, you know, with all the different genetics out there, there's no reason to keep around things that are like.
Hey, if it doesn't drift though, I'm telling you that Super Blue Dream Cut is some freaking bananas, dude. And that pre-98 Bubba is the original pre-98 Bubba, if I can reclaim it.
These three right here are all my Blue Dream. And it's great. I don't mind it a bit.
I hate finding out that I've been muted for a little while.
I did not mute you despite what Bingus said.
Oh, no, I muted myself earlier because I was doing something and I forgot to unmute myself.
I don't mute people is because I would forget shit. I don't know how many times
I've just been thinking that the shit I was saying wasn't very interesting.
Nobody's listening.
I get that a lot, and I'm not muted.
I was like, that's cool, guys. That's cool. I get it.
It's cool.
That's cool.
Fucking dick.
I feel like that.
I'm fucking muted. I was like, shit. It's been like 15 minutes.
So does any of y'all know Dub T Roy? He's been following us for a while, checking us out. Anybody check him out on Instagram? Any of that? He posted today, and it was showing a freaking his seed vault. Homeboy's got 2 fucking tackle boxes, just stacked. I mean, Ghost, you would be put to shame.
Damn. I got a big one, but like. Yeah,
two tackle boxes, homie, and I'm talking stacked.
Damn.
So go check out go check out Dub T Roy on freaking Instagram because homie's got something. He said he wants some pre-98 Bubba. We have some pre-98 crosses probably coming. Coma told me they should be here Monday or Tuesday. We might have them in time for the show. Or
so,
for me.
Yeah, I'm in a only 100% legit. Proven shit is going to be run by me at this point. I'm fucking getting pissed off at myself. Sorry, language.
Yeah. I feel you.
I ran some of my own self S1 and wasted a bunch of my time on it.
Yeah, but I mean, Coma stuff is like you're willing to run that, right?
His Coma stuff's fire, dude. Of course.
Yeah. So you saw that pre-98 times Coma that was coming, right? Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Are you guys talking about Coma the grower?
No, not the different one.
Okay, I was gonna say, did I miss something? Like, did we wind up on the platter?
I'm out. Yes. Are we now agreeing with platter stuff?
Oh my god! I bet Coma makes shit called like Flat Earth OG.
Oh, that's fantastic. We should do it anyway. If not,
oh, that's such a good one.
What, make a Flat Earth, right?
Yeah, dude. Okay, what's that stuff? You said that you're mixing Coma with pre-98 Bubba?
Oh, no. Coma made a bunch of stuff with pre-98.
All right, try texting again. I turned DND off, so hopefully that'll work, and you can actually...
I thought you had some new strain called Coma, and you were going to mix it with fucking pre-98 Bubba, and I was going to say you should name it Flat Earth.
No. Coma has his own strain called Coma Creations, and he crossed it with... pre-98 Bubba, and we're getting testers of that coming soon.
Okay. Now this is a different Coma than Coma the grower.
Yes.
Okay.
Coma Creations with 2 Ks. Koma Kreations. You can find him on YouTube and shit, or Instagram and shit. But it's the other Coma, and he gets that all the time too. It's funny when he was on the show with us with the dude that the hemp socks, because he's from Colorado too, and they were homies. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm not that Coma. No, I get that all the time."
Yeah, that would suck to have that other guy being your, having the same name.
Yeah,
because the other one's a little fucking out there, man.
Yes, sir. We all know that one.
Hey, Lefty.
Yeah, your collection is pretty freaking epic, Dub T Roy. I gotta say, the one thing that might not be for you about being a tester is that you're like mandated to run those beans immediately. You can't like sit on them.
Yeah, that sucks. I have a whole bunch of strains that I've ran that I no longer have, and it's like, especially the ones that killed. God, I wish I would have only popped half of those fuckers.
So what's up, Doug?
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate the comment on Discord about the training on the plants too.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, shit's gorgeous, dude. Holy Nikes.
Are you into bondage and ropes at home? I mean, like, is that go beyond the plants? Because like I was looking at your ropes and I was like,
no, but I was never a Boy Scout either. But my dad was a Navy SEAL, and when I was growing up, he taught me all these knots and all this shit. So I learned to do all that.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's amazing, man. If you guys don't follow Green Diamond over on Instagram, go do that because he has some pretty one. His DWC plants are insane. I mean, makes you want to switch over there and become DWC, but I am too much of a vagina.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are saying the phone. Some of y'all are saying the phone number ain't working. I don't know because it's working for me.
Well, all right.
Maybe the parentheses are throwing you off. Maybe you just got to dial it direct. I don't know.
We're about to run tests on the current culture H2O solution.
Oh, yeah?
Too. Yeah, it's fixing to come up. We're getting ready to start with a couple of clones that are coming in.
Why DWC? Why not anything else? Or did you start other places and DWC is just the way? Or what's the deal?
Honestly, it's just kind of something that we gravitated to. You know, we started in this we didn't know what we were doing. We were just goofing off. We threw a bean in one of those little jiffy, peat moss things that you put in the water and it swells up. And so we started there and we figured, okay, we need potting soil and the whole thing. Well, we weren't planning very well. We were going on a trip and this thing sprouted and started growing. And we're like, well, we don't want to kill it. So we searched, Dr. Google and found a way to water this plant with a wicking system. We went and got one of those tiki torch lighter wicks and a water thing, and we tested it for a couple of weeks before we left to make sure it wouldn't drink too much. And we went on our vacation, not expecting anything. So when we got back, it was still alive, but the roots started growing down through this wicking material and into the solution in the bottom. Well, at that point, we're like, I guess that's the route we're going to go. So then we just kind of transitioned into I tried to figure out everything I could about, DWC and doing just an individual plant by itself and having it all self-contained. And I liked it so much, and it gave me the versatility to be able to train them and do everything I wanted to that one plant that I just carried it off to every one of my plants. I do that with everything. They're all individual. They all get managed individually, and it's just me.
It's cool. It's very cool. I like looking at it. I mean, it's something that is, I think, not necessarily from a lazy standpoint, but I think for me, I want to be able to not do so much work, but still automate. But I still want to micromanage. But yeah, but not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's artistic. If you haven't got a chance to see it, it's gorgeous. It really is pretty to watch. That
I'm already wishing
the way it is, and
I'm already wishing we had that freaking pH controller from that place.
Yeah,
I'm over there. I'm over there every 2 days, knocking the pH back down because it freaking like damn, a little more citric acid, a little more.
Well, when I come when we can start renting the buckets there, we can use the Fox Farm line that I use is a lot more buffer than that. It doesn't go up at all. The only time it ever goes up is if the weeks that I tend to put a little microbes in there, the microbrew. The microbes will cause it to go.
Yeah. I run a live tank, and the live tank tends to. You gotta watch it.
I find the plants kind of. I'll be honest with you. I think that's one of the tricks to my accidental trade. Is
they like the
allowing drift. Well, a little bit, yeah. I mean, if you ever look at the elements.
I like to go from about 6'2" to 6'8". In cocoa, yeah. I like to almost tap lower, 7. But sometimes, well, I find that's the plants do well with it. In cocoa, I mean, they don't really seem to mind it as long as they don't go over 7. They're cool with 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Not for, I mean, like you don't want to keep them there forever, but yeah, I'll let it drift up that high and then back down to 6'2", 6'1".
I wonder if the clones from the mothers that have had to deal with that fluctuation have just adapted, and everything just tends to grow a little bit better every cycle of the clones because they've gotten used to that pH fluctuation in your growth cycle, in your environment.
I mean, ideal drift's about a half a point. I tend to go a little further than that, and I do feel that it kind of makes the plants a little hardier.
I knew my recent chop was not a very happy pH drifty plant. The ninja fruit did not like that at all. It got one of my strains did that was more of the indica dominant.
Lockout too. That ninja fruit. I hate to say it, but it is. See,
I didn't have a lockout issue, but I had a. I think the biggest problem with that is I popped like 8 or 9 different beans, and they were my own specialized self ninja fruit.
Yeah.
It was not really technically ninja fruit. Let me preface that. But anyway, just kind of one of them came out really nice, but or rather the 5 just came out kind of larfy and spongy, and it's the most unreal terpene smell. Like the room smells like we were saying earlier. It smells like grape soda. When you open up grape soda, and if you just smell it, it kind of's got that like artificial grape smell. It smells. I mean, it's amazing. So we're gonna run it and get some awesome hash and shit out of it. So it's not a lost thing, but it's not
the ideal flower that you wanted.
No, not at all. And I'm almost like I don't even want to like let it out because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's real life with Lefty there for a few minutes. Kind of pissed off. But I will be honest. I've been growing now for. What I should say, growing. What I'm saying, I've been growing every single day of every single hour for the last 2 years straight. I've been growing for 10 years if you want to go back to like all those stupid little projects that I've had. But my commercial approach, or my ability to learn for a commercial approach, has been going on for 2 years, and I have not had a bad strain.
Till now,
it just didn't come out right. It sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one Northern Lights that sucked, and then now I've had this that I just was not happy with. Oh, I guess that's not true. The OG Kush that I grew last round with the green crack, that was kind of a funny looking plant. It
was totally commercially viable, though.
Yeah, and it did. But anyway, just sucked. That's okay. No big deal. I mean, you live and learn. What I'm saying is I'm proud of the fact that I popped that many seeds. I have to say it's probably because I equate to most of my seed popping being ocean grown. Such stable shit.
Yep.
Even though I'm talking about ninja fruit here, this is my version of ninja fruit. It's not really his.
S1, yeah. BX1 shit.
Not his.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not his. But anyway, so there's as Bingus was saying, I think you have to be real and let all your oopsies out there, and that's my be real oopsie. That was kind of a mess, and I'm paying for it, even though it doesn't really matter because I'm moving spots, and we're gonna have a new area to kick butt and take names. But that was my last little grow of the house, and I'm not happy with it.
I almost want to take that freaking Man-O-War I got and chop it down for clones just to run it out, because it's obviously got the structure and the freaking, and the genetics, and I almost want to just do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of one of those things. I want to have
even though it hasn't. I've
I've
never run it out in flower yet. I don't know, but I can tell right now by looking at it. I mean, you've seen that plant; it's sick. Well, all right, we are up at that two-hour mark, or damn near the 2 hour mark. I know we started a few minutes late. And yes, American One called. The phone works for him. He left us a message, I think. So thank you, somebody, for actually checking the numbers out and making sure that shit works. We want to kind of turn that into more of a thing around here. I think it would be fun and a neat way to interact. And that's something that YouTube can never take from us. If y'all remember the number, we can always use that to get a hold of us no matter what. So we're at the 2 hour mark, like I said. It was great having Bingus on, but I think we're going to pass it down the line and let everybody say their little sign-off piece. Apprentice is down there at the end, and he's been so quiet with his mic muted with his family around. Does he have a few words for us? Or is he just sitting there in mic mute land?
Maybe away from it.
Probably should have started. You probably should have started with UCG and let us go the other way.
All right, fine then. Flip it and reverse it. UCG, you're here. You're
Drop
queer.
down,
You don't
flip it
want
in
any more
reverse.
bears.
Yeah. Just shout out to everybody, everybody that's in here. How about that? And everybody in chat. Shout out to Bingus for getting on, hanging out with us, and shout out to me for working hard in the garden for 2 fucking days. Jesus
Hell yeah,
Christ.
man.
So
Marathon
that's
runner
about
over
it. T&B Naturals, yes, gotta prop those guys up. So, yeah, that's it.
All right.
Keep growing, keep smoking, keep knocking prohibition down.
Keep knocking cannabis down. Shit.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. What you got for us, Lefty?
Not a lot, guys. Try to pop as many beans as you can. Go to the voting booth. That's kind of where I'm going to sit to. Go to the voting booth, vote, and make sure to vote for pro-cannabis stuff. Legalization sucks, but I think at the end of the day, legalization is better than prohibition because maybe you won't go to jail for it. Yeah, it does. I mean, at the end of the day, you're fighting corporations, and there's always going to be that battle. But it's better than going to jail.
For real.
So get out there and vote, or I don't know, do something proactive and write your local authority, congressman and whatnot, and tell them to get off their ass and vote for cannabis.
Make a positive change in your local cannabis neighborhood.
yeah, that's what we'll leave it at tonight.
All right, Green Diamonds, the hat is passed to you.
Thank you. I want to, basically just mirror what Lefty said. I'm not the political guy here. I don't usually talk much about that, but I agree. Get out there and do something about it. Everybody needs to get educated. We think about puff pass the knowledge. That was something we coined on our Instagram, and just trying to pass the information along and educate people. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that's wrong.
I like it.
That's it. That's what I got.
Puff pass. I like that. That's funny.
Puff pass the knowledge. All right, what you got for us, Ghost? Or are you still over in mute land too?
Oh no, I'm here. Let's see. Be the change you want to see in the world. Put good out in the world. Be good to people. That. And hail Satan.
I was just about to say that was better than he had last week.
He brings back Satan.
Yeah.
I
got nothing.
Everybody, myself included. Cali
Go
Medical
for it, go.
Grower, he got the tail end of the show.
No, Cali.
What's up, see?
And they're all hail Satan. Hail Satan. Okay, Cali Medical Grower, you missed the phone number. So if you missed that, make sure you call us. We have a phone number now. You gotta call us and leave us a message.
It's a late night sex chat line. I'll talk dirty to you.
Odin has been calling and making prank calls.
Who? Odin?
Odin. That's Cali Medical Grower's dog. He's cool.
Oh. Excellent. That's rad.
There's the number. That once more, if y'all want to hassle us, there's the number. Apprentice says he's busy right now and he can't sign off. He's on mute mode. So thanks for holding down chat there for us, Apprentice. It's good to have somebody in there. Bingus is good at that, watching who's in chat and knowing who to say hi to. And I'm a terrible host, terrible. And it just is the way it is. Freaking clouds are coming in behind me. It looks like it's going to be a cold afternoon. So, we're going to get on out of here. Mr. Marduber's got some things to go handle. We're going to check out the first order and make sure all of our pumps are working. And then we will see you guys all tomorrow on Marduber Monday, right? Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of y'all, but y'all that are watching and whatnot. We'll see a bunch of y'all in there. And I'm sure we'll
hopefully it's raining tomorrow.
Cover that real quick. We are tomorrow streaming 10 o'clock to about noon or 1, depending on how loose it gets, depending on how much Ghost will interject Satan into it as well. Sometimes that gets weird. But we are on from 10 to 1. Come join us on Marduber Monday. Hey.
Good. You are going to come. And yeah, don't forget to join us on Discord. That's where the real magic happens, and we all keep the chat going nonstop, 24 hours a day, pretty much. There usually is a few hours break in the middle of the night when nobody says anything. Most of the time, but not always. Sometimes it's up in the middle of the night too.
That's when Satan boys usually up.
when Ghost is up there. And thanks. I wanted to shout out Ghost before I'm gonna say my piece here. Before we sign off, I want to shout out check out the SciEnts store, y'all. We got that set up. Pre-orders on jars are coming. We've got some more products coming up soon. Hopefully Green Diamonds Mrs. has got some cool jars and stuff that we can list on there. I know Apprentice is working on some products there. I know Mischief Mike's got some stuff that he's working on, maybe putting together for that. So we're all working together as a community. We're going to have some probably Ghost prints coming up on there soon too, right, Ghost?
Yeah, and some macaroni necklaces.
Necklaces, handmade. And some microbes too. WT Roy's not wrong. We will have the Mammoth Piz up there in the not terribly distant future as well. I want to make sure that we get that might be about a month before we come out with the Mammoth Piz, just because I want to make sure we get through a few more test cycles with other growers other than me before we release it, because it's something that I've been working with, but not something that I've passed around to a bunch of people. So I want to make sure that the samples that we've got get out to a couple of people and we get to test them first. So, but anyway, go check out SciEnts Store. Go leave us a message on there. Say hey. Order a jar. Keep an eye out for new stuff coming up. And thank you all for supporting the channel. I went and got my wrench back out, so I gave Lefty a wrench, and I went back and gave Mr. Marduber a wrench, even though he doesn't deserve it. So we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully, as always, Mr. Marduber out.
Peace.